Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ghaisan Milano, and I am from Senior High School 1, Bangkalan. As a representative of the government side, I stand here today to argue in favor of the motion. This house would give social service and skill training for gambling offenders rather than imprisonment. I strongly believe that approach is not only more humane, but also more effective in tackling the root cause of the problem and creating long term positive change. First, let's define the key terms. A gambling offender is an individual who has committed a crime, such as theft, fraud, or embezzlement, directly motivated by their gambling addiction. The core of this motion isn't to excuse their actions, but to address the underlying addiction that drove the criminal behavior. I propose that instead of imprisonment, which is a punitive measure that isolates and punishes, we should implement a system of social service and skill training. This includes mandatory therapy, financial counseling, and vocational training to help them reintegrate into society as productive members. My case rests on three arguments. First, addressing the root cause. Gambling addiction is a recognized behavioral disorder, not a simple moral failing. The apathetic and compulsive nature of this addiction drives individuals to commit crimes to fund their habit and pay off debts. Imprisonment fails to address this core issue. A study by the Forward Trust found that nearly a quarter of prisoners have a gambling problem, with a small percentage directly linking their crime to the addiction. Imprisonment without treatment is like putting a band aid on a gaping wound. It does nothing to heal the underlying disease. So when the offender is released, they are highly likely to relapse into their addictive and criminal behavior. My second argument is reducing recidivism. The punitive nature of prison often creates a cycle of crime. Once released, ex-offenders with a gambling addiction often lack the financial stability and support systems to stay clean. Social services and skill training, however, provide a path to a new life. By providing therapy, we help them understand and manage their addiction, and by offering skill training and job placement services, we give them a chance to earn legitimate income, thus removing the financial pressure to gamble. This approach directly combats recidivism, leading to safer communities in the long run. Studies show that gambling offenders who receive treatment are more likely to successfully reintegrate into society and less likely to reoffend. My third and last argument is economic efficiency. The costs of incarceration are astronomical. On average, it costs a country tens of thousands of dollars per year to keep a single person in prison. A social service and skill training model, while not without cost, is a far more efficient use of public funds. The money spent on punitive incarceration could be better utilized for comprehensive treatment programs. Instead of simply warehousing offenders, we can invest in their rehabilitation, creating productive taxpayers instead of perpetual burden on the state. It's an investment in human capital that yields a significant return for society as a whole. In conclusion, my position is clear. The punitive approach of imprisonment for gambling related offenses is an outdated and ineffective model. It fails to address the root cause of the behavior, creates a cycle of recidivism, and is an inefficient use of our resources. I am not advocating for free pass on crime, but for a more intelligent and a compassionate approach that focuses on rehabilitation. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.